Bonjour, je m'appelle Joy and this is my YouTube channel, and guys, welcome back to another amazing exciting video. As you can see by the title down below, we have an amazing video lined up for you guys. I know you aren't ready for me because I am more than ready for you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button and let's get down into today's video. Yes guys, as you can see by today's title, we are going to be talking feminine hygiene hacks. I am here to give you some few feminine hygiene hacks because baby girls, we all need this. And if you are a baby boy, don't you worry, we got you covered because I believe you have a feminine figure in your life, right? So you can share this video to them and tell them that Joy Sport has done that thing. And let's get down into today's video. Let's get to know more about feminine hacks. Are you ready? Number one, keep it dry. Of course, we are talking about Mrs. V, or let me just say down there, but you'll definitely mostly hear me saying Mrs. V. For it to look a bit professional, we don't just want to just pour out words without minding what we are saying. So I'm talking about Mrs. V, keeping Mrs. V dry. Humidity in Mrs. V can increase chances of bacterial growth or harmful infections in your area, so you definitely want to put that area dry. This means, like when you finish swimming and you still put on your swimming attire inside your clothes that you're supposed to go back with at home, you're supposed to remove that attire and put on a dry one, right? If you finish bathing, you're supposed to put on a dry undergarment. This is to keep Mrs. V dry. Of course, no one wants to risk their health for Mrs. V, right? So you definitely need to put down their dry, and this is simply by just wearing a dry undergarment. You get it? Number two, use toilet paper the correct way. Do you use toilet paper from the back to front, or do you use it from the front to back? Well, you as a feminine human, you're supposed to use a toilet paper from the front to back. This is because the anus can spread infections when you use your toilet paper from back to in front, and these infections can sometimes get much so complicated, leading to some kidney health issues. Nobody wants anything to do with their kidney problems, right? So you definitely need to use your toilet paper from front to back. Number three, use lukewarm water or cooler water. This is because cooler water keeps Mrs. V at a neutral base. And we all want that because things won't get complicated down there. Because, of course, bacteria won't grow. Of course, there will be no bad odor. Of course, there will be no abnormal discharge. And we definitely do not want abnormal discharges. So you definitely want to use cool or lukewarm water. Right? For the rest of the body, you can use cold water. You can use hot water. You can use extremely hot water to enjoy the bath. But when it comes to down there, ensure you use the lukewarm water or cooler water. Number four, what to carry on the go. What are you supposed to carry in your hygienic bag? Number one, you definitely want pants or undergarments to change in case of anything, especially if you are on your menses. If anything messes, you don't want to change and still put on the same pants that you've messed on. So definitely you need to have pants. Second thing, you need to have either pads or tampons if you use tampons, or a menstrual cup if that's what you use. And then another thing you definitely want to have in your on the go bag is wipes and tissue paper. Number five, change your undergarment every day minimum. Undergarment should be changed daily with no exception. Hakuna kusema nilienda sleepover na sikubeba. You know you are supposed to change, so get out, go and purchase one, okay? So undergarments should be changed on a daily basis with no exception, no excuse on that, right? Another thing is that undergarments should be purchased. I'll tell you about that later. But The repeat of undergarments when they are not clean can cause UTIs. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that in their Mrs. V, right? So if you want to stay healthy and no UTIs, ensure you change your pants daily for great results. Number 6, choose breathable undergarments. This enables your private part or your Mrs. V area to remain clean, dry and fresh, and everybody wants that for Mrs. V. So remember to choose a dry undergarment. First of all, you should note this, that cotton undergarments should be your best friend because they absorb liquids quickly, which enables them keep Mrs. V dry the whole day and fresh the whole day. You can also go for thongs, which you know you see the nature of thongs. They are so breathable, and they enable you to stay dry and fresh because they are breathable, right? And everybody wants that for their Mrs. V. So cotton underwear, or you can do thongs, or you can do anything that you look at it and you say this one is so breathable for my Mrs. V, right? Try to sleep with no undergarments. Yes, you heard me right. Try to sleep with no undergarments to enable Mrs. V to breathe throughout the night and to stay fresh throughout the night. To get some fresh air, of course, and you're going to be loving the results. So ensure you sleep without undergarments, and you can choose to have oversized pajamas on top, because remember, our key thing is to enable it to breathe and get some fresh air. So you definitely want to put on oversized pajamas with no undergarment in it. Number 8, wash undergarments separately. Yes, you heard me right. Wash undergarments separately. I prefer washing my undergarments immediately after I am done with my bathing each and every day. Or else, if you normally put your undergarments and wash them during the laundry day, you can separate the dirty clothes from the undergarments. Remember, the first thing you only want Mrs. V to touch is your undergarments. So you do not want to mix the undergarments and the dirty clothes that you do not want them to come first when you're dressing. When you're dressing, you don't start with your garments. You start with your undergarments, and then the rest of your garments come on top. So that is definitely what you want to do when you're cleaning them. Definitely want to clean the garments alone and the undergarments alone, okay? Number 9, consider changing your undergarments every 6 to 12 months. Once in 6 to 12 months. You get it? I know this might sound a bit excessive, a bit crazy. You might wonder, what is this woman telling us? But that's how it's supposed to be. Despite you cleaning your undergarment each and every day, or even ensuring perfect hygiene for your undergarments, remember, you can never clean all the bacteria in your undergarments, and the more the days go by, the more the bacteria pile up, which can lead to serious health problems. We do not want that. So ensure you change at least every once in 6 to 12 months. Buy new undergarments. We have undergarments as cheap as 50 shillings, even as cheap as 30 shillings. The thrifted ones, So ensure you change them once every 6 to 12 months for your mandatory hygienic purposes. Number 10, wash your hands before and after. Wash your hands before and after visiting the bathroom. You do not want to transfer the bacteria in your hands to your intimate area. So you definitely want to wash your hands, you definitely want to clean your hands before you enter the bathroom and after. This is because you also do not want bacteria from your delicate area, which is down there, to your face, which can cause some serious breakouts on your face, okay? So wash your hands before and after visiting the bathroom. Take good care of your genital area during menstruation. I know this might sound so obvious and you're like, why are you reminding us this? But I want to remind you this because some of you do not know this, right? So one thing you might not know is that blood is food for bacteria, and down there we have so many bacteria, and that's why we avoid anything that can come into place with our Mrs. V and cause more bacteria, because we are trying to reduce the bacteria, which is also good for your body, but not too much, because remember, too much of something is very poisonous. So remember to clean up. This is what you want to do during your menstrual period. Ensure that you change your menstrual cup or your tampon or even your sanitary towels every 4 to 6 hours. This is to maintain a good hygiene, because remember, blood is food for bacteria. If you don't change your pads or your tampon or your whatever, blood is still there, and they still come into contact with the bacteria, and it will help the bacteria to grow, because if the bacteria is being fed, then why not? It will definitely grow, and we do not want that. So remember to change your sanitary towels or your tampon or your menstrual cup, whatever you use, between every 4 to 6 hours of the day. Number 12, last but not least, do not, I repeat, do not wash your intimate area or Mrs. V with sponge. Yes, sponge has a lot of bacteria in it. And remember, as we started this video and as we went on with this video, it's like there's nowhere we haven't talked about bacteria in our Mrs. V, and we do not want to increase that. So if sponge has bacteria, then definitely we'll have to avoid it, because we don't want more bacteria, right? And your Mrs. V is going to be perfectly okay. This one, using sponge, will be very dangerous or harmful to Mrs. V, because it might cause infection. It might cause irritation, which can lead to infection in your Mrs. V. Have you experienced infection? If you have experienced, comment down below and tell us the experience, so that these people of mine here will not joke with what I'm telling them, right? And yeah, this is what you ought to do with Mrs. V. If it's time to clean Mrs. V, you definitely need to use your fingers. You see these amazing creatures here? These ones and Mrs. V should be the best friends forever, because another thing you should need to do is to clean down there with some detergent or some soap. Do people use detergent to bathe? Anyway, I was just meaning some soap. You shouldn't apply some lotion, just water. Water is the best friend of that place. Just use water and let it be. So you definitely want to use your fingers and some water to clean down there. Nothing else, guys, and Mrs. V is going to appreciate you for that. Guys, guess what? We have come to the end of another amazing episode. I know, if you enjoyed my video today, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And when I say a thumbs up, I mean by click that like button. It looks like this. That's why I'm doing like this. Click the like button, which is thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. Hit on the red notification bell. Is it red nowadays? I think it's black. So hit on the subscribe bell. That is what I'm talking about. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to hit the notification bell, so that anytime I upload any new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for taking your amazing time to view my video. I do not take your support for granted. And guys, if there's anything you want to hear me talk about or do for you in our YouTube channel, remember to comment down below and tell me this is what I want you to do next, and I'll definitely bring that to the comfort of your screens. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking your amazing time to view my video. We do this again bigger and better. Bye.